Hey, Cookie.
Yo,
We're rolling.
I see that.
Do you now?
I did. I happened to notice that.
Well, Cookie, we're doing something cool today.
About
We're
time
bringing-
we did something cool because we ain't cool.
We're not cool at all. We're bringing back the only cool person we know. We talked to him, what was that, I guess in July?
I mean, he was just on our
I know,
music
but like
tour week.
the main following up we're doing here. We talked to him, I think it was in July. And even since July, he's done a million things in his cause. So with that being said, he's working with major companies now. He's had a major organization at his house to do some photo and video of him. I like how I'm being super mysterious about it, as if people aren't going to know from the thumbnail and from the highlights we post.
Let's say it was 7 months ago when he was on.
And now he had his baby. Just kidding. He was 2 months pregnant when he was here. His baby has been born. His baby was born with dreadlocks. No, braids.
Braids. Yeah.
Yep, braids. And tattoos. The baby already has tattoos.
Yeah.
So it's the coolest baby you'll ever see. But we are happy to have Adam coming back here. He's actually going to be giving us an update on everything he's been doing with the MS world.
I mean, happy?
We're forced to have Adam back here. He's ready to blackmail us. But no, he's been doing a million things. He's been speaking. He was actually just down near Cookie over the summer talking to an MS convention. He's working with a big company right now. He had the MS Society at his house doing some photo and video of him. And we're also going to talk to him about him continuously getting kicked out of Facebook groups for multiple sclerosis when he's probably one of the people doing more than most. So we're going to kind of talk about the culture a little bit around the people with it. So I'm sure that will sound some alarms, but with the week I've had, why not?
You guys will enjoy my cool new mug, right? With my sticker on it.
I thought you had that.
No, it's new. And then I put this on the bottom.
Oh, nice. We're back, everybody, and this is Adam with us, and he's not embarrassed at all about wearing a Tiger shirt in public, so we're already off to a pretty solid start with the self-esteem.
Wow.
It's pretty low to begin with, so you can't really damage it too much.
I very nearly wore a Texas Rangers shirt tonight, actually.
Oh, my God.
John would have been like, hey, Yankees have won all these World Series. Yeah,
actually, dude, I have given up on the Yankees. Like, Yankee games have turned into like corporate meetings for fans. They don't have their real fans anymore. New Yankee Stadium sucks.
This was perfect timing for you to freeze. They had two Yankees pitchers they were interviewing at the outdoor game in Tampa tonight. Two guys I'd never heard of.
I was about to say they're probably down there getting ready for pitchers and catchers report beginning of February, right?
I think so, yeah.
That's crazy. It's already that time.
And apparently, I guess the Yankees training facilities like right across the street from
Raymond James
Field. Yeah, from Raymond James.
Yeah, it's right there. That's where the Rays played most of last year.
Oh, jeez. That's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah, that place is talk about a shithole.
Brutal.
Not the Yankees spring training. That's actually nice. I'm talking about the
Tropicana. The Trop.
Yep, the Trop. What are we drinking, Cookie? What do we got over there? Jack and Coke?
Water.
We're going to gaslight me this early into the episode. Your water changed color. I didn't know you could do that.
That was amazing. That was like a magic trick.
It's my Sam's Club.
Oh, there we go.
Crown Royal and Coke.
Nice. This is exactly how these episodes are expected to start. So, Adam, before you came on here, we prefaced this episode with a couple. It was almost like a little Neapolitan of things that's going on. So obviously we're going to talk.
I don't know if Adam has noticed yet, what's behind me.
Oh, the ribbon.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Cookie's up
That's
the
awesome.
game with all of the things.
I just saw his birthday post, and he's raising money for Race to Erase MS.
And Erase Adam. That was my
and Erase Adam, correct.
That was not my part, but
there was one guy on there that was fully on board with that too. He was like, Becky. Yeah. I know. Quickly.
Yeah, Becky hasn't posted on Facebook since 1993, and all of a sudden there she is, just like, I'm on this one. But yeah, we talked a little bit about things that you have going on for yourself. Obviously, we know about the Neural Sleeve company we're going to talk about that you've been working with, how you've been very closely working with the National MS Society. I did also bring up about how you've been getting kicked out of Facebook groups like crazy. And even want to talk about just the toxicity that does lie within the MS community. And I know that's a hot button, and people are going to come at me not having MS. But just seeing what you dealt with, and then we'll tell our fun story about us dealing with that one group together.
I just like how as soon as you brought that up, his posture changed.
I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Cracking the knuckles, ready to throw down.
Speaking of Tony Montana, right? He went into full mode.
Yeah.
But and then just talking about things going forward and everything that you're still doing with it in spite of all the, for lack of a better term, bullshit. Yeah. So, and as everybody knows, Adam's not someone that we don't talk to regularly. He was just with us on our music episode last week. He'll definitely be back for a lot of those. In fact, Adam's been trying to act as an agent to get his friend featured on the show and talking to some other people. So we're going to be, obviously, Adam's like a bad disease that won't go away.
Agent seems like a bad choice of words at this point.
No.
Hey, I'm just trying to help you guys out. All right, that's what I'm trying to do here.
I was referring to something else.
Yeah. So, but we have a lot going on, and Adam's got a lot going on, and for somebody who's dealing with, as we've discussed, such a hard illness to deal with, he's always going. In fact, when I messaged him tonight, he's like, I'm on my way home. Adam is out of the house more than me and Cookie combined. So it's commendable. And Cookie, what is Adam to us, even though he hates it?
Yeah, he's an inspiration.
He's a sassy little inspiration.
I don't even want to say anymore. He gets so bad.
But
I've learned to accept it. I have learned to accept it.
Well, apparently others haven't, and we'll get into that, Facebook assholes.
Yep. So, first off, let's talk about Neural Sleeve. You were doing a lot with them. I know they actually just struck up a deal with the National MS Society. I know there's a group we'll talk about in a little bit that tried to take credit for that facilitating. But let's get into Neural Sleeve. Tell us what that is. Like, we've seen the videos. You had your one video blow up with it from the convention you were at down in the Ozarks.
Yeah.
So kind of tell us how you got started out with them, how they reached out to you, and tell us that whole process.
So it's a newer company. I think they've only been out maybe 5 years now. They got FDA approved 5 years ago. They were on my radar then. And I reached out to the company and I told them, I was like, I'm really interested in these. I would love to try them out or do whatever you got to do. And I said, I need two of them though. That's my problem. I need two sleeves because my one leg's bad. My other leg is worse. So it wouldn't make sense for me to correct one of them and not the other one. And at the time they were so new, they said, we can't do that yet. We can only do one or the other. So I said, okay. And I just put them in the back of my head for a while and just kept kind of checking on it here and there. So I went to that Modified by MS conference in Branson back in August. Yeah, August. And they happened to be there. Cionic was there. So I got to try the sleeves on. And that video that I posted was the very first time I had the sleeves on at all, ever. And I had them on for about 5 minutes that day. Yeah, I had never, ever tried them before. That was the first.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I could have sworn you worn them a couple times because I remember you talking about them, so I thought you already had them.
That makes that video even more incredible. Hearing that
was like, obviously when they were turning them on, you had to fire the stuff to get it to how it's going to flex your muscles and stuff. But that was my very first walk with them. So when they got all of that set up, I got out of the chair, I walked over to that hallway, and they said, "Okay, walk down there, and they hadn't turned them on yet. So I walked down there, and you could see that I was kind of hunched over, and I was really swinging my hip, and my feet kept crossing over each other, and I had the hitch in my left leg, and then they had me stop, turn around, and then they turned them on, and I walked back, and I felt good. Like, I felt good walking. I felt like I was walking better. But,
did you know they didn't turn them on yet at first when you started going?
Yeah. They told me that. Yeah,
okay.
They told me because that's what they wanted. They wanted to see before and after, basically. So they wanted to watch how I was walking.
I didn't know if they had already told you, so it would be not. I don't want to say placebo effect, but just to kind of see how it would be. So
yeah, so they turned them on, and I just walked, and it felt good to me. Like, I felt like I was walking a lot smoother, a lot straighter. I wasn't wavering. I wasn't crossing my feet over. I wasn't hitching as much. But until I saw that video, I didn't realize how much it changed how I walk. Like, my posture changed instantly. Like, I was standing more upright. I was walking. I looked like I maybe had like 2 or 3 drinks. Like, that's how I was walking at that point.
Yeah.
And that's insane for me, because it is so hard for me to walk without my stick, because my balance is so bad and my drop foot is so bad. But that changed it instantly. So I was sold right then, and I had to take them off right afterwards because other people were trying them on, and I stayed down there the whole day just to watch other people try them out and get to see their reactions, because they all got to see mine, and it was just super cool. One guy in his 60s, he's only had MS maybe 3 or so years. He tried them on, just one, and he walked up towards me, and he had tears in his eyes, and he says, I haven't walked like this in years.
Wow.
So he's only been diagnosed for 3 years, but was probably having problems for a while.
Having issues way longer, right. And so it was just incredible to watch what it did to other people. And like you said, I posted on social media, and it blew up. Like, I was shocked. I think it got, over all of my social media platforms, I think it got like 80 to 90,000 views. And I was still at the conference, and the company of the people that were there, Maddie and Dylan, saw that, and they were like, we're going to give you these sleeves.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Keep doing what you're doing. We're going to give them to you.
So you still talk to these guys pretty regularly as well,
all
right?
The time.
I mean, doing updates and things like that.
Yeah. I'm in contact with Maddie and Dylan a lot, and I actually have been talking to Jeremiah, who's the founder of it, a decent amount too. They have a cycle mode on there, and I was super pumped about the cycle mode because obviously I bike a lot, and I was seeing if it would help me more. And originally their cycle mode only fires your quads and your hamstrings, so it doesn't involve your shin or your calf. And I reached out to them, and I said, hey, like, you guys should have the lower part of the leg involved, because one of my biggest problems is my foot will just fall off the pedal. It'll just flop right off.
I remember you almost.
It's happened before. Like, my shoe got ripped off. There's been all kinds of debacles with me riding the bike.
Why are you laughing at that?
Because it's funny.
Because I remember the video.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was recording at the time. Yeah.
And Adam's and mine relationship.
I'm like, so my shoe just fell off, and I just had to shove my foot back on the pedal. I'm like, my neighbor's back there getting my shoe out of the middle of the road. So I told them that, and they were like, okay, well, you can be like the beta tester for the new bike mode. So they actually like made a new bike mode, incorporated the shin, so it helps pull the foot up so it won't just flop over. And eventually, that's what they used. So they ended up using that mode. Jeremiah, I think it was about a month ago now, but he actually wrote an article basically calling me out for calling them out. And he posted it like on whatever it was, and actually like showed my screenshot on Facebook, what I said, how I called him out, and then he did a bunch of research into it and found out that other people had that problem too, and this and that, and so they changed it. They listened and they changed it.
I was about to say that's humongous that they're listening.
Yeah.
As well.
What other, I don't know how to really phrase this, but what other areas do these sleeves, I mean, obviously you're part of the MS community, they were there for the MS community, but are there other areas where these sleeves are effective, whether it's other diseases or paralysis, or like what's their goal kind of with these beyond just MS patients?
It's way more than MS. So I think this is kind of just like the first group they broke into, but there's a lot of stuff with spinal cord injuries. Maddie, who works for them, she had a stroke, and it's been helping her walk better because her left side was pretty bad. And so, it has a lot. Parkinson's, it can kind of calm down that shaking and Parkinson's. So it has a lot of different I lost the word, but availabilities, whatever. But it can be used for a lot of different stuff.
Is this their only product currently, or do they have other things that they're doing?
Currently, this is their main one, and I've had multiple people ask me if there's one for the arms or anything like that.
Oh, that's kind of where I was going.
And
with
I said not yet, but who knows what they're working on?
Yeah,
I mean, I would assume it's kind of a transferable technology.
Yeah,
as far as it goes. So with these, you wear them kind of over your knee, like knee sleeves, right? Or they go on your shin.
It goes all the way from like mid to upper thigh, all the way to almost like your ankle. If it was someone was smaller than me, like for you, it would go up to your chin and then past your shoes.
Yes.
I was laughing at Cookie laughing, and it took me a minute to register. You said
I knew what was coming. That was great. Oh God, jeez!
I can't even.
But no, it is. But it does go from like mid thigh to like almost your ankle. So it incorporates all four of your major muscle groups in your leg. John's done.
What an asshole.
Well, obviously,
shoe falls off.
Obviously, you're a big advocate and spokesperson for these guys now, and I know John would agree. I'd love to have one of them on at some point to talk more about it from their end. But do you know, other than just, I mean, being involved in the science and technology things, like what was their beginning? Like what kind of was in their heads to create this? Is there like family history with them and all that kind of stuff?
What I heard, it's exactly that. So Jeremiah Robinson, I believe, or Robison, he's the founder. And from what I heard, his daughter has, and I can't remember, I can never remember what it is, if it was muscular dystrophy or epilepsy or something like that. He was into the tech stuff in general, and he wanted to make something to help his daughter be able to walk better. And that's what turned into this. And now he's helping hundreds of thousands of people walk better, however many.
Yeah.
So like it came from awesome beginnings to be able to help a ton of us.
You know what that makes me think of, Cookie? It makes me think of Colby starting to make the Wish Cup after going through something to help his own son. So, and honestly, I love that because it's like we're trying to fix this for my kid. And then when you see things that help, they want to share it with people versus gatekeeping and trying to hog it.
Are they to the point now where they're able to mass produce, or is it still fairly small?
I think it's fairly small still. I don't think they have a lot of employees yet. I think it's fairly small, but from the sounds of it, it's growing a lot. Because when I reach out to my people there, it takes them a while to get back to me, and they're always like, hey, sorry, we've just had a bunch of onboardings, which means there's more and more people. And so I think they're just growing and growing, which is awesome.
More and more people seeing your video and saying, yep, need that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with everything with these now, we've said it's obviously the neural sleeve and stuff. How exactly are these working? It's sending electronic pulses, or?
Yeah, there's 6 electrodes on each of your major muscle groups, and it fires in the sequence of your walking. So it knows where your legs are at. So when they're bent at a certain angle, it knows that you're walking. And so when I'm coming through, it'll fire my foot or my shin, so it picks my foot up. So it does, when it comes down, my foot is up. And then when I start again, it fires the hamstring, the quad. So it does all that. The bike mode is different because it fires in a different sequence, but it's the same idea. So it's just, it's smart. It knows what you're doing. It's kind of fun because the app, when you're on it, it has like a little skeleton, and you can just make a little skeleton dance by moving your legs, and
Oh,
you can make it like a rocket. It's pretty cool. And then it has all the 4 groups on the side, so it lights up in blue which group is firing at the time, so you can see it moving back and forth.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
It is amazing. I'm sure they're going to be at a lot more conferences this year. I've been seeing stuff, and they've been going to different Parkinson's conferences too, MS conferences. I'm trying to get them out to different MS conferences that I'm actually speaking at, or if not, just giving me more of the sleeves and letting me do it and letting me have people try them on and do it, stuff like that. So that's what I'm working on right now.
What about this? What about actually like using you to make a promotional video, like something that they could put out to people with a real life testimonial, like you and a couple other people? Because
let me say this. Hey, let me interrupt you because I don't know that you could do any better than that first video because it is so organic.
right, it's and that's the thing is that would actually still my thought process is that would still be a part of it.
Because I was thinking now he's used to them, but that was so organic. You'd never worn before, and you just see instantly what they can do. I don't know how you top that.
Well, you wouldn't really top it. It would just be something that they would still send out, like something where Adam sits there and actually talks about it. And you need a couple other people to talk about it, like testimonial style stuff. Kind of, I mean, not similar to when the MS visited you, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but just something to, I mean, it's a real person thing. It's not like hiring an actor, getting somebody that professionally speaks on camera. It's not like getting Kleiner to go on there and start talking about the neural sleeves and stuff like that. But I mean, with them growing substantially like this, promotions and advertising and marketing is something. Have you talked to them about doing anything more in depth with them?
Not like that, no. But I have seen them. They have been doing that. Like I've been seeing on their social media that they're having exactly that. They're having different people's stories and things like that. So that is what they are doing. I'm more on the other side of being like, just let me go out and do these things. Maybe start sending me to conferences. You know, it's great. Maddie was wonderful. Like Maddie's story is incredible because of her stroke and being able to walk and all that stuff. But if you're at an MS conference, you want to hear it from someone with MS. Like you want to see it. Like it can be as simple as I can turn them off and I can walk, and then I can turn them on and I can walk. And I bet this is what it did for me. You know,
where are they based out of?
San Francisco, I believe.
Okay. So obviously, I mean, with that helping you and everything, and then obviously we're talking about you riding your bike. They have their bike mode and things like that. I mean, have they invited you out to any more conferences? Is this something where, I mean, you would go and put on actual demonstrations?
Not yet. No, not yet. But I am talking at multiple ones coming up this year. So I've already been in talks with them to see if they want to be there, or if not, just kind of let me do it. Just send me stuff, give me stuff that I can have, you know, lay out for them, signage, stuff like that. I need a smaller set of sleeves, like a John size sleeve, so small women can wear them.
Just catching strays, man. Like I'm just.
Oh no, that wasn't stray. That was directed right at you.
Like, say about it. No, that was what you're talking about. That was a direct shot.
That was a sniper shot. Right?
Yeah, that wasn't shrapnel. That was
Well, that's all for All Angles podcast for the rest of my life, everybody. You can all go piss off.
But no, that's more of the stuff that I'm going to do because I'm going to be in Fargo in April. I'm going to be in Wisconsin in July. I'll be in either Chicago or Louisville in May. My therapist, my PT, who actually puts on that high intensity interval training class I do, we have an event coming up in March. I should have the flyer for it this week, hopefully. But she teamed up with Yoga Moves MS, which was incredible in my journey to be able to walk again, because that's what I started doing before I could walk, was the yoga moves.
Right.
But so they're teaming up together, and they're going to show some of the yoga stuff. They're going to show some of the high intensity interval training stuff. And then Jess has like a whole bunch of stuff, newest technology, like the TSS, the neural sleeves, something called, I think, BRW, something like that, which I'm going to be a guinea pig for also. I've never done it before either. The Bioness is going to be there. There's a whole list of things that people can try: acupuncture, dry needling, just anything that people can try to work. So this is just a whole day event of just being able to try different stuff out. And I hope to be there with multiple sets of sleeves so I can have people try them on.
I mean, it sounds like
that's what I'm working for now, is just be like, hey, give me the stuff, let me do it.
it's. I mean, for the longest time, especially when I first met all you guys, MS was something of saying MS was very much a why is this happening? How is this happening? For all the negative stuff, it sounds like there's been a pretty drastic turn in how can I be better living with it. You know, and obviously we talked about you getting kicked out of some of your groups and everything. That's kind of the gist of what you're doing when that happens, is helping try to tell people better ways to live with MS. And to kind of backtrack a little bit for people who may have not seen our show before, didn't see the episode with Adam, we should have done this in the beginning. Adam is obviously a person living with multiple sclerosis. He visits all over he visits, we talk about him so much. We feel like you guys should know him better than we do. But he travels all over the country, speaks at places. He's always making appearances at places. He's working with companies. And he's a guy who, Adam's tall, like the short jokes honestly could be made at actual tall people as well. Cause Adam is 6'5", for Christ's sakes. Like, he's a big dude. He was huge into bodybuilding and lifting, and grew up like just playing sports and being one of the most active guys you knew. And then multiple sclerosis hit him and took him out. And Adam, you were wheelchair bound for a while, or no?
Yes, I within like 5 months of diagnosis, I am still in my medical charts a diagnosed paraplegic.
Okay, that's right. And so then obviously using a walker a lot, and that's the difference with multiple sclerosis. You're not always in the chair. You're not always on a walker. Sometimes you can be a little bit more mobile. When Adam does his fundraising stuff, he literally walks business to business, which is wild. He hosts a walk. So he's not just a person living with MS and talks online. He's out there doing things. He's out there actually putting the difference in front of people and making a difference for people in the long run of things. And before we get to the MS Society visiting you, that's one of the things I want to tackle. And this could be kind of controversial. And you both know me. You both know me well enough to know that sometimes I love to dive head first into this kind of stuff. But Adam and I linked up because I was in the process of making a docuseries about people living with multiple sclerosis. There came a time where I had to remove somebody from the process because of comments and behaviors they were having that would easily represent the entire community, and said no, had a private conversation, and it blew up. And what happened was they rallied the troops and attacked, and almost shut the whole project down, but it's why nothing has happened with it. It's still nearly impossible to restart this process, because every time I talk about it, and I guarantee you, me mentioning it now, someone will catch word and someone will have something to say. But it's not something I've given up on, but it's something where I just, eventually the fire's got to burn out on the bad end of it. But it's not a single event when it comes to the MS community. We make jokes all the time about Adam being kicked out of MS groups on Facebook. And if anybody knows Adam, we know that he's got a tendency to say some stuff that might make that a reason. But when it comes to these MS groups, Adam is in there, and I've seen it numerous times because I was in those groups trying to do my own research and talk to people. And then Adam's in there literally spreading the word about the neural sleeve, or just talking about his MS fitness classes that he's doing, talking about other people that have it, and trying to share the group with other people. Adam's network of people is huge. And he's friends with so many different groups of people. And he continues to get kicked out of these things. And when you step back and look at it, the conclusion I came to, I guess I would have to say it's more of a hypothesis because it's not actual fact, is people just really get upset at the progress Adam makes given his limitations. Out there making something better for himself, still raising money, still being active when he's got a very terrible condition, especially compared to a lot of people with MS, that it's bad for everybody, but there's a lot of people who are a lot more able. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say, yeah.
So I think a lot of people just get pissed. And so instead of trying to find a way to better themselves, they get toxic and they take it out on Adam. And it got to the point where Adam got booted out of a group, told me about it. I went into the group and wrote a dissertation on why they're all assholes. And it was a thing where at the end of it, Adam knew one of the administrators of the group or the mods of the group, whatever the case may be. And when it came up that this is actually also right around the same time they announced a deal between Neural Sleeve and the National MS Association. And that's what Adam was pushing when they kicked him out. They lied about contacting him, saying he couldn't do this. It was a bunch of BS. That happened. And then this one mod that he knew is basically a person who's trying to take credit for the alliance there. And Adam wasn't even the one trying to take credit. He was just trying to tell people about the Neural Sleeve. And then I finally just laid into it. I messaged her. I didn't call anybody names. I didn't go all how I used to coach hockey, Cookie. I didn't say anything like I used to say to refs. But I was pissed about it because you see somebody work so hard to get word out, and for them to just constantly be roasted over this kind of stuff. And you see when Adam posts a video of him making a talk, people got comments on his appearance, losing track of the kind of thing he's saying. So, I mean, my assumption in my whole long speech here is I'm looking to see if there's an agreement, if there's clarity, or why you think it might be. I don't really believe this many people are inherently bad people. Obviously, there's some of them out there, but I just feel like a lot of people will have a life living like you used to, or like how me and Cookie grow up, just doing everything, playing all the sports, doing all the things. And you have that taken away from you, you become pissed. And even though you don't have the physical energy anymore, your emotional energy is just overflowing. And if you're not dealing with your emotional energy through therapy or through whatever it is used to heal the best you can, because people with MS have a right to be pissed, especially with the lack of progress there's been for so long. I mean, my guess is these people are just mad and they take it on everybody. And they're like, well, this guy's doing better than me, and I hate that because I want to be doing better. I mean, both of you guys, what do you guys think really is kind of coming down to this? Because it turns into a place where people are looking for somewhere to feel welcome, and they're being just absolutely kicked out of groups and made to feel even more alone than they did.
Yeah, I think that is a big part of it is they're pissed. They have a right to be pissed. Like you said, I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. I mean, I got diagnosed. I didn't even know what MS was. That first year was probably the hardest year of my life.
Pissed.
I am still pissed. but that's what motivates me. My anger and my stubbornness is what motivates me to just keep fighting this disease as hard as I can so I can be active, so I can try to do as much as I possibly can. That is my motivation. Like you said, I was into sports. I was a big, strong guy. I use all of that for everything I do now. I try to because I can't play sports anymore. I just know I can't because of my limitations. Like, I can barely walk. So walking is my new sport. Riding a bike is my new sport. Going to the gym is my new sport. These workout classes, like everything I can do to make myself better is what I'm going to do. And what's sad is there's people that see that. And I've had my diagnosis questioned by so many people of saying, oh, he doesn't even have MS. He doesn't, he can't have MS anymore.
Anymore?
Like,
did you take
ivermectin cured me.
Did you inject bleach?
Yes.
Yeah. But it's a lot of that, and I think it's some of the people that they want to be doing what I can, but they're not, and they're like mad, but they're also mad at themselves for not doing it or not trying. So they have to focus that anger and energy somewhere else, and I'm usually the target, and that's okay because I can handle it.
And because you're one of the most outspoken people with it.
Yeah, I was about to say, you kind of ended where I was going to start, because I part of me wants to play a little devil's advocate, or in some ways weirdly defend them, because I think you guys are right. They're angry. There's no question, and understandably, as they should be. And we all deal with it in different ways. And, some people handle it like you have, Adam, and you go raging forward and say, I may not be able to, cure this disease, but I'm going to beat it to death as much as I can by going out and doing the work. And then there's others that just shut down, and there's nothing wrong with them by doing that. It's just, it's a very, and I'm saying this as someone who is, reasonably healthy, but I don't have MS. I don't have a debilitating disease. I'm not coming from that angle, but it's an incredibly hard thing. And there comes a point where you have to take the anger out somewhere. And they're way of doing that is in someone like you who has had this, success. It's not like success in sports where you can be pissed at somebody. It's success in trying to help people get better as better as you can be. And I can't fathom how incredibly hard it is for these people. So part of me, it doesn't get like upset with them. You just kind of wish they would direct that in a way where, yes, message at him and tell him he's a prick for all his success, but don't cut him off from other people that might want to hear it. I think that's kind of where I'm going with that.
I agree with that. And what a lot of people don't know about me is they can be mad about that all they want, but I was there. I was them. I was in that spot. That first year, that's why there was nothing about it, because I was miserable and I didn't know if I was going to be able to walk again. I didn't know, it was so bad. I didn't know if I was going to live, if I was going to be able to get through the diagnosis and be able to do anything. So I was there. I get it. I'm not mad at them, but I think you nailed it. They're taking me away and my story from other people that may want to hear it. They're taking a couple people are taking that away from a bunch of people. That's what makes me mad.
And I get why you're mad, but I still say I'm not necessarily even mad at those couple people, because I guess even though I'm not dealing with the same thing, I would understand kind of where they're coming from, but you almost want to say, just come at me. Don't take that away.
And that's the thing. It's like these groups, a lot of the groups, man, that infusion video I posted a week ago in one of the groups, it probably got, I think, 3,500 likes. The views on it are insane in that group. And there was hundreds and hundreds of comments. So people are interested. They want to hear my story. They're asking me questions.
Well, these people are coming to these groups because they need other information. They need other opinion. And that's kind of the thing. And, I'm cutting you off because me starting this whole thing out makes it sound like I'm mad at those people. And I do want to make it clear, like Cookie said, I'm not mad at them.
Right.
It's frustrating because Adam, you remember the comments. You saw my post and everyone's like, you don't belong here, get out. And I'm someone from the outside trying to learn about it, which is also really important because I'm one man. I can't sit here and raise all the money to defeat the disease. But if I can have more information to help somebody who might end up with it in the future, or to talk or to say, hey, listen, I've learned about this from this and this person, talk to them. Any information I can get is a big part of it. But again, it's one of those things where it's hard for me to understand their anger because I don't have it, but it's understandable. I'm like I said, I've always made excuses for when they get really pissed at me and get pissed about things and kick people out. I don't mean to make excuses for them because people do need to heal and they do need to deal with this. But to go on a mission where you're trying to take it away from other people is kind of where you have to draw the line.
That's what I say.
Yeah. And this, sorry, come back to, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was that's my issue is when there's 10 or so moderators in a group and one of those 10 people decides that they don't want me doing this, they take it away from, I think that group had 30,000 people in it. Yeah,
so there's 32,000 people.
They decide, one person gets to decide that 32,000 people can't see what I'm doing when I'm not doing any of this for myself at all.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing what helps me, what works for me, what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I don't understand how people can't see that. And
you're right. It was the one person. And you're right. It is the one person because I got blocked from the group, but I posted my post anonymously. So none of the members could see who it was, but the moderator sought it out and blocked me. When you saw the post, I wasn't swearing. I wasn't being disrespectful in any way.
Not at all.
It was pure defense of Adam, which for people that see me talk to Adam on a regular basis, it would have been shocking as hell for you. But that's me and Adam's relationship. We're actually very defensive of each other in a lot of things. And Adam, like I said, Adam's trying to set up other interviews for other days of our podcast. We couldn't be better advocates of each other.
That's the thing. that's how friends should be. That's what I say. I
Yeah.
talk shit to your face and I say nice things behind your back.
That's
Oh wait, it's not the other way around. My
Right.
bad.
right on the nose.
No,
Yeah.
what I was about to say, and I think if I remember right, because it's been 7 months since we did the initial interview with you on here, and I think we did discuss this side of it, and I think this is where a lot of this comes from, is the fact that the one thing that gets lost in any of this, whether it's someone with MS or my friend Crystal, who's a breast cancer survivor, or any of this, all we on the outside, those of us that haven't had to go through any of this, we just think about the physical side of it, the mental health side of it. And this is what I think a lot of these people who are get to this point where they're coming after you for just trying to help people, they haven't fought off the mental health side of it. Not that they necessarily ever will, but at least are trying to get some sort of help to be able to deal with the fact, hey, this is what I have. I'm not, unfortunately right now I can't cure it, but there's someone out here who has found ways to help live with this and make their life better. So instead of cutting him off from other people that want to hear it, even if I don't, I'm just going to open my mouth and be an asshole and, shut him down, instead of saying, I tell my players all the time, there's two things, in sports in general, but I talk to my players about this. There's responding and reacting. These people are reacting. Instant, that's that instant gratification or vice versa of saying, I didn't like what he said, so he's done. Instead of responding, saying, wait, I need to take a step back, bring the information in, and then come back and maybe have a private conversation or whatever, saying, I don't necessarily like what you're doing, but I understand others might want to hear it. So let's just leave it at that.
And I have no problem with that. Like, I'll get shitty comments and I will respond to the shitty comments and I will speak my piece. I will tell them where they're wrong. And, the majority of people never respond back to me after that. It's
because they know they don't have a leg to stand on.
Right. And like,
real
if you just
real
message
bad pun, I'm so sorry.
Wow, I just caught that. Jesus.
I said it, and as soon as I said it, I was like,
Son of a
as soon as I
bitch.
said it, I was like, golly, that was awful.
That was beautiful.
See, you're encouraging this,
I
Adam.
was
That's
about
the
to say
problem.
something to go with on a more positive side of that, and then you just went there.
I didn't mean it.
But yeah, just come,
here's-
like you said, come to me and talk to me about it, and I can
This is what I'm going to say very simply: is get it off your chest, get it out, get it off your chest, and that's it. We're good.
And any questions you may have, if you think I'm trying to sell these things, if you think I'm making money off this stuff, if you think I'm doing this, doing that, just ask me about it. It's as simple as that, and I can tell you that all I'm doing is this. And oh well. A lot of people say, oh, well, you can do this, and you're trying to tell me that I can do it. I'm like, no, I don't ever tell people that they can do what I do. I never say that.
It's funny you say that, Adam.
Do something.
As you've said, as you've and others we've talked to in the MS community have said, and we know this, it's not a cookie cutter thing. Everybody is different. What working for you may not work for somebody else, but at least you're out there trying to give the options.
Yeah.
This is what worked for me. Give it a try. If it doesn't work for you, at least you tried something.
And coming to you is a big thing. Like Cookie and I, as coaches in sports, one thing Cookie and I extremely have real big in common is we've said it in so many terms to our players. It's like, if you don't agree what I'm trying to tell you to do, you're welcome to challenge me. And if I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. But at the same point, if I'm right, then you have to kind of do it that way. So it's.
And by the way, if you think I'm wrong, show up with facts. Don't just come in and saying you're wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're wrong, like, show me why what you do is right. Because if you get it right, then hell yeah, we're going to listen.
Damn right.
Because here's the thing, sports, the one thing about sports, I know it's not our sports show, it's an ever learning process. I'll never know everything about hockey. Cookie will never know everything about hockey. Like, we learn stuff all the time, and things change and things adapt. Just like these illnesses, there's new ways to learn to live with it. There's new ways that things will help.
Obviously, look what Adam's doing now. There's a new way with these sleeves to learn to live, a little bit easier life with this. I mean, that's a prime example right there.
And the thing of it is like Adam already gave his idea of a solution. It's come and talk to him.
Yeah.
Talk to him, say what you want to Adam. He's got thick skin. Not everybody has thick skin. The people who are getting really upset are more sensitive, which is fine and it's understandable. Yeah. But I'm going to give my thing of something that could be done to kind of help in these situations. And Cookie, I want you to go as well. And mine is solely focused on these groups, because banning people when they're not being disrespectful and banning people when they're there actually trying to help is coming from that one or two sour spots in there. And like my suggestion is, if you're going to have these groups, especially because some of these groups are huge, if you're going to have moderators, the moderators have to come to an understanding of where the line is. Posting about something you're using that's working well for your life is not the line. It's nowhere near the line. Posting about defending somebody but not swearing, not being disrespectful is also not the line. That's what these rooms and groups are for, is to open discussion and to learn from each other. And the moderators, it can't be moderators who are too sensitive in themselves. And it can't be moderators who are just always mad about something.
Well, and I don't know that I'm a part of any group like that has moderators on Facebook or anywhere else. But to me, whether it's any social media platform or a blog or whatever that has moderators like that, especially multiple moderators, like you guys were talking about, they had like you said, like 10 moderators on this one or something like that.
One of them was the National MS Society.
But where I was going with this, it should not be a scenario where one person, if there's 10 moderators, it should be almost a democratic vote. Like one person may not like it, but the other 9 may not have a problem with it. They should be able to overrule that.
Yeah, the only restrictions are not restrictions, I guess, but open to ban is if they're doing something completely out of pocket.
Well, sure, but I'm just saying, like, even if it's, let's say there's 10 of them, well, 6 of them have to agree that you need to be gone,
and if
a majority vote.
And if people are watching this are part of those groups, and like maybe you got pissed at the way I opened up this whole conversation, that's okay. Know that like I'm bringing stuff up like this is to honestly make it a road for more inclusivity and for more people to find a place to get help, and to also know that it's okay to fight for people next to you that are, whether they're going through it or not, and whether they're dealing with it or not. If they're there to learn about it, it's because the more people with knowledge about it, that's what spreading awareness is. The more people that have knowledge about it, like, remember ALS? I think the biggest movement in a disability was ALS when they did the ice bucket challenge.
Ice bucket, yep.
And I never knew anything about ALS. I don't think I ever heard about it. And this was actually, Cookie, this happened the year after we were out. Yes, when you first got to New York, I went back to New York, and like it was so big. Lowe's Home Improvement was giving away free buckets. Yeah. For people to do this. They were handing out buckets for people to do this, and it spread so much awareness. Most people still know nothing about what it does, but now their ears perk up if they hear it. Now, MS doesn't need to do something like that, or like I tried to tell Adam to go sit in a sauna one day. But please don't kill my friend. But these kind of groups are small, localized versions of that. And it's super important that you're not kicking people out when they're openly there to learn and defend other people going through things. And this isn't about me anymore. This is about the masses of it. If Adam's out there saying, hey, this is helpful, he wasn't selling it.
Right.
But now the National MS Society has a deal with him. And
now they're teamed up.
Yeah.
And which I think is fantastic. That's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping would happen. Like, that would be a great vehicle for this company to blow up and to be able to get more people to know about this. That's what I wanted. And just the fact that I was using them and they just were silencing me, and then the day after I find out they're teamed up, I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, exactly. Well, and then that's kind of what I said is there's one certain people that was trying to take all the credit for it when they had no real idea about it or its uses or experience with it. And that's going to happen as well. That's just, again, a person that wants to be, I don't want to say an influencer, but an influence in the community. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, this guy already uses it.
Well, and that's the thing too. And I don't want to speak for Adam here, but like, and you kind of already said it, like, you don't give a shit about the credit. You just want it to happen. So if this person wants to take the credit, fuck it, go, more power to you.
You can have it, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, the fact
that's not why I do this stuff. I don't do it because of that. I do it to help other people. I do it for me. Like I am proud of myself for what I've done and what I have overcame. Simple as that. I'm telling my story. You don't have to like it. You don't have to believe it, but it's my story. I'm going to tell it.
And on the flip side of that kind of thing, though, is the reason why someone like Adam being a point person and taking credit is he's a person using them. He's a person with the experience, and he's also a person experienced in talking to other people, especially new people diagnosed. It could be very dangerous if you have somebody with minimal knowledge trying to talk to people about something that even if they have it, they don't know a lot about it. I mean, Adam, I remember when you said you first got diagnosed, you didn't know shit.
Nothing. I barely knew what MS was. I didn't even know anyone that had it.
You had it and didn't know anything except it's really affecting the way you're living your life.
I remember early on, the first time when somebody asked, and I was like, yeah, I have muscular dystrophy. I was like, oh, no, wait, that's not it. I have multiple sclerosis. Like I barely knew what the words were.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, it is leaking out there into more mainstream kind of stuff. Like we talked on our sports episode about the quarterback for Indiana that won national championship. His mom has multiple sclerosis. Obviously, the celebrities we already know with it. I think it was Bickle. Remember Andrew Bickle? Cookie that played for Chicago? I think his name was Andrew Bickle. So Brian Bickle, something like that.
We've had this conversation before, and you get his name wrong. Like
I get his name wrong every time. Bickle's the last name, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Bickle.
He was an NHL player that had to retire from it. And he has a whole letter about retiring because of multiple sclerosis. And then we talk a lot about Letterkenny and Shoresy. There's an episode where Shoresy's talking to the two people, and he's like, "It's not like I have multiple scleritis," but though he said it wrong because Shoresy's a dunce. I mean, that's kind of the thing. But it's still that found its way into one of the biggest hockey shows that's out there right now. And
well, I mean, I told you the first time we ever talked, the only thing I ever knew about it was from the West Wing. And I literally just got done watching the West Wing again for like the 15th time today. I watched the final episode again today. That was my first, kind of, discovery of MS was from a TV show.
Yep.
Yep. And then speaking of celebrities with MS, let's kick into the National MS Society actually showing up to your house, doing pictures and videos of you. And I saw the video. I mean,
as these Facebook forums are really going to go off now. Speaking of celebrities, Adam.
Yeah, right. I just got Adam banned from all of Facebook. But, Adam had the National Multiple Sclerosis Society show up at his house. They did pictures and videos. I saw the pictures, which were awesome.
The pictures were great.
The thing you get shit on, they showcased your tattoos and all this other kind of stuff, which the petty side of me was like, hell yes.
They loved that. Was what's great about it. Like the photographers loved it. They're like, man, we got to get pictures of those tattoos. They were like, those are awesome. And I have a lot of MS tattoos too. So like they got a lot of pictures of those, and I thought that was great. I'm really excited to see the final product. Like I was just talking to my mom right before I came on here, and she was asking about it. And she's like, man, I can't believe they haven't put that out yet. And I was like, I know we did it back in like June, but I was like, oh wait, maybe they're going to wait till March to like put it out for National Awareness Month. Like I was like, maybe they'll do that. Like that makes sense. Yeah. So who knows?
Well, tell us how they reached out. Like tell us about that process. I know you told me about it a little bit, but like from them reaching out and what they said they wanted to do. I mean, like how did that all go down?
It was, I got a email randomly from someone at the MS Society, and they said, hey, we talked to the people at the walk, like the MS walk, and they said, we've been watching your stuff on social media, and we're changing over our media marketing campaign or whatever it is, and we want to see if you're going to be one of the people that we're going to choose. So I actually had to sit down, do a Zoom call with them, do an interview with them, and even right at the interview, they're like, yeah, we're pretty sure you're going to be it. And then they told me there's like 6 of us. And then it was like, we'll be at your house June 12th from this time to this time. So they were there for 4 hours. We did, I think it was about an hour-long actual interview. They took a bunch of pictures, bunch of videos. Like they had me walking, they had me riding my bike, they just all kinds of stuff. But I took them to my high-intensity interval training class too. So they got videos and pictures from that as well to get to see other people with MS, all of us as a group doing all this work. And it was really cool of U of M to let them come in and film that. And that led to U of M doing, like, writing a blog about it, about the therapy, about the class, about my story. So one thing just kind of led to another, and they came out, and it was a great experience. And I'm super excited to see it finally. Like
That's
you
awesome.
said, the pictures were fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been using the pictures all over the place.
Yeah, I saw it. They're great.
Did they do you have a contact with them? Something you can reach out and say, hey, when can I expect to see some of this stuff?
Funny you say that. I
Or
did.
did they ban you from a group too?
I did a couple months later. Like I emailed the lady that came out and did the interview, and I got an automatic reply back that said, I don't work for MS Society anymore, so try this lady. So I'm like, oh. So I tried that lady. I never got a response. But then the photographer sent me the picture, so I responded to him too and was like, hey, do you know when the rest of this is coming out? And I haven't heard back either. But again, maybe they're just waiting until March, and maybe they're going to ban me from being on there because of me being who I am, which, in all honesty, again, just talked to my mom about it. I was like, that would be great for me if they actually did that, because I could get so many people mad at them.
They should ban you from having MS. That would be cool.
That would be cool. They should
Is that
erase
possible?
my MS.
Erase Adam's MS, not Adam, because Julie apparently would be mad at me for that.
Yes. yes.
So now what do we have going forward? I mean, you said you've been talking to some people about going to some different places with the walk and stuff like that you do. I mean, are you doing anything different this year?
Yeah, I am doing a couple different things. Like in a couple weeks on the 19th, funny, the MS Society, the ladies from the walk, the MS walk that I do every year, they invited me out to this big old gala thing that's happening in Dearborn. It's like $250 a ticket. And they're like,
wow.
we want you there. So
You
I'm
gonna be
gonna
all
go there.
tuxedoed up or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wear a suit, and I'm not looking forward to it. I don't want to at all. But
I want you to do that to cover up your tattoos.
I'm gonna have to go buy a suit in order to do this. Like, that's how much I don't wear clothes.
Sleeves off.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god, get like one of the Dumb and Dumber tuxes.
It's already been talked about. I want to find a way to like put my big logo as like a patch on the back of my suit jacket. How cool would that be?
Get the top hat, the stovepipe hat, like the Abe Lincoln. That's it. Put it right on there, and
yeah. So that's happening, and then in March, like I said, the event with Yoga Moves and University of Michigan physical therapy. That one. April, I'll be in Fargo for a event called the Little Black Dress and Tie for MS. It's a thing they've been doing for a while.
That sounds like another fancy event there, Adam.
It is, because there's a little black dress thing in Dallas at the Margarita Ball. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a meeting with the ladies that run it a couple months ago, and they were asking me about stuff, asking me about travel. One of the funny ones was they asked me, like, do you want a lapel mic or do you want a like a regular microphone? And I was like, I'm definitely going to need a lapel mic because I'm Italian, so I talk with my hands.
You should have said you want the Madonna mic.
Yeah. But they asked about it.
Message Adam. I'll have to message you my follow-up comment to that because I can't say it on here.
Okay, cool. But we kind of joked about that, but they're like, yeah, it's pretty classy. I mean, it's black tie and little black dress, and there's probably 300 some people there. It's probably one of those, $1,000 a table things. So They wanted me to be a keynote speaker, and Brittany Key Rose was the speaker of it 2 years ago. Cheryl Heil was the speaker of it last year. And I don't know if you've heard of Cheryl Heil. She does Rams, Run a Mile in My Shoes. So she's a big runner. So she's actually going to be on the panel that I'm doing in May. So I'm going to be on a panel with her in May. But this one, so I was talking to ladies, I was like, yeah, I think this will be cool. Like, I don't really like dressing up, and I think it'll be a little awkward when I come out wearing a little black dress. Do you realize who you're signing up for to come talk to all these people?
Hey, at least one of the Dumb and Dumber tuxedos is orange. I mean, you got that.
That's true.
I'm still dying at that, Adam. I look a little awkward wearing a. Brittany, by the way, is someone that now we have a music day. We should have her on the music day to talk about everything because she's a phenomenal singer.
She's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah. So that's another idea. I needed to do what I could to deter away from you wearing a dress. But just more things going on for Adam all the time, and John's
just upset that a little black dress for him would be like a nightgown.
I was trying to get through the rest of this without any goddamn comments. But yeah, it just Adam always has a bunch going on. Adam is someone we want to have back regularly. As you saw, he's co-hosted a couple different events. He's co-hosted a couple different episodes for us. And Adam has his own podcast. He has his Podcasterbate.
Oh God.
It's a totally different format.
It is fantastic.
It's a completely different scenario from this one.
To give you an idea, I won't even put the logo up on here.
It's hilarious.
It is fun, but it's definitely a bit more.
I was bummed that you missed last week's episode because that was a good one.
I hear about these kind of things.
I didn't know that I was such a prude in my old age until I watched that for the first time.
But and that's just another thing. Adam is out doing his thing, and I know Adam's been invited to host different podcasts, like a weekly MS podcast, and he still, I think, does the calls or the group chats with people that are new to MS.
Yep, once a month I still do my newbie call. Yep,
that's amazing.
So I mean, just doing so much, Adam. I mean, it's hard to not just always be stoked about what's going on with you. That's why we always want to keep having you back.
Out of Facebook groups, he's there to help.
I do it. I do that enough on my own, though. I think the MS Society was like my 6th or 7th one I got kicked out of. So
it's just ridiculous though, because it's not warranted. Like, and let me tell you something. Everybody here knows that I'm a very honest person, and if you're being a prick and you deserve to get kicked out, I will gladly tell it to your face. And I got nothing for Adam on these. I can't even be mean to him because, in fact, I end up going to his public defense, which is totally different than our normal thing. But like. It's just ridiculous. The influence he has for this illness and the spreading the awareness, he's helping so many people. At least just say, okay, I can, at the very, very least, people are like, okay, I might still be able to do this. I might still be able to ride my bike or be outside and be active. I don't have to be a prisoner. And I wish I remember the exact quote you said when you first came on the podcast with us. And it was something that, like, me and Cookie were taken back by it when you said it, like, in the moment. And I can't remember what it was, but I mean, it was, and I'm paraphrasing, and I'll try and find it to see if how wrong I am. But you were basically just like, you're basically talking about like how you had to relearn to live almost.
Mm-hmm. But luckily, I got through it. I clawed my way out on my own, and then decided that, you know what, this isn't who I am. And what I had to do for that, though, is as fucked up as it sounds, like I had to kill myself. Like I killed my old self off and had to grieve the loss of my own life and go through all those stages of loss and grief. And once I got through it all, and it was a fucking bitch, not gonna lie, but once I got through it, the light bulb came on and I was like, I don't have to be this. Like I'm gonna do whatever I can to come back. And that's when I started therapy, and I'm with that same physical therapist now. So I've been with her for 5 years now, and just everything I do is just to try to stay on my feet.
And it was something along those lines. And it's like, it's one of those things that people don't realize. Like when you get this illness and it's affecting you, not just being tired and the fatigue sometimes, but when it really starts taking out your motor skills, you truly have to relearn to live your life in a whole new way, knowing that you're about to face all these different ailments, knowing that once a month, your body's going to start to shut down. And you have to go and get a needle put in your arm just to be able to live a normal life. The migraines that come with it. And I can relate on migraines and just like you said, the fatigue and the pains and all these other things. It sucks. And it would be guidance.
It would be very easy for me to just lay in bed and do nothing. Because of the amount of pain that I'm constantly in, how hard it is and how much it hurts for me to walk, to do anything. It would be very easy for me to just do nothing, but I can't do that. I refuse.
What's your mindset about why you don't go out? Just tell people how much it hurts. Why? I know your answer for this, by the way, but I want to hear it out of your mouth. Like, why don't you spend your time complaining and doing it?
Because complaining doesn't do anything. Like, why complain about something? I'm actually out trying to do stuff. Like, what is the point of complaining?
And I know we're getting to the end here and we've already discussed this, but that, like you just said, where it'd be very easy to just say, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. Those are the people kicking you out of those forums.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not upset at them because it is, and I'm not even saying it's the easy way out, but it's the mental health side of it where they're just like, I can't do it. And since I can't do it, fuck those guys.
It's hard for me. Like, I feel like I do talk about my struggles as well as my achievements too.
Sure.
So it's like they only seem to focus on the achievements and just kind of bypass the struggles. But it is so hard for me to get out of bed every day. Like, I hurt so bad when I woke up. I slept the other day and I don't move when I sleep because I can't feel 3/4 of my body. So I wake up in the exact same position I fell asleep in. And we all know how well that's going to work on your joints. It's going to be awful. The one day last week, I slept on my right hip and I woke up, my hip still hurts from 5 days ago from sleeping. Like, I hurt myself sleeping.
Yeah.
I went into my physical therapy, my high intensity interval training class, walked in, my physical therapist immediately looked at me and said, "What's wrong with you?" Like, she could tell, she could see I was walking bad because I said I slept wrong. I hurt my hip. And she kind of laughed and chuckled because, it's me. That's our relationship. But it hurt for days. It still hurts from sleeping. Like, that's the stuff I have to deal with. But I still keep doing it. I just keep going. I don't let it knock me down.
And that's why, as much as it drives you nuts for John and I to say it, you are an inspiration. I don't give a fuck. You are. And
I'm not saying it.
And I think it's, I'm not going to say it much more because I don't want to, boost your ego anymore. But so fuck yourself. But
I was hoping you were going to say you don't want to say because you don't want to hurt us. You don't want to upset him more. And that's my favorite hobby.
Is my head getting too big for the screen?
I just told him to go fuck himself. I don't know what you want. What more do you want from me?
More of it.
No, I'm getting to accept that more, and I'm okay with that. Like, at first I was like, I'm not. I'm just doing my thing. Like, yes, that, John, yes. Or the inspirational part, or that one.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Jesus. We're right back where we belong.
Well done. Welcome. Thanks for listening to Podcasterbate.
I mean, when I can pause Adam, I think Adam and I think that the essence of me and Adam's relationship is trying to say something that will completely take him out of sentence and make him stop. And I succeeded.
I think John just got his first one, and I'm at like 317. So
for this episode. Again, all the other ones that stop Adam mid-sentence, I can't say on here as well. So that's for Podcasterbate. So, but go check out. I'm not gonna put the logo up on my podcast, but go check out his one. It is, if you're into the crude comedy, it is pretty funny. The guy he hosts with Troy and Woody are both great dudes, actually. And they have a lot of fun.
Let me. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be by the name. Like, we actually do find real stories and talk about them, but we do try to find the odd stories, but they like to put a different twist on them. But it's entertaining. If you want to just sit and laugh, it's a great one to be.
And this is important too. Tell everybody what platform it's on.
It's on Twitch.
Okay, yeah, that's important. Yeah.
And we do it live, so you can come in and you can chat with us live, and we love the chat interaction. And we try to play a game each week. Try to play a game with the chat each week. Like, one of the games one week was what's in Woody's pants, so you had to try to guess what was in his pants.
That's what I'm gonna say. If you're gonna go in and interact, be prepared.
Can we just talk about the irony that a guy with multiple sclerosis is on a platform called Twitch?
I don't have Parkinson's.
I was going to say, you didn't have Parkinson's.
Have you not seen some of the muscle spasms the MS people get?
Oh, I know. I get it. Oh, I get them. I get it.
Oh God!
I told you that story. I was getting tattooed and on my leg, and I had such a bad twitch in my leg, it dislocated my tattoo artist's thumb.
Holy fuck! What?
See?
I was getting my inner thigh tattooed, so he had his hand on my thigh to stretch the skin, and my leg twitched so bad and so heavy it dislocated his thumb. That's
Shout
a
out,
true
Donnie.
story. That's a true story.
I'd say the other part of that is what happened to the needle at that point. Did he dig it into your leg or what?
No, he could we talked about that, but he could feel it coming on because it starts in my foot. So he could feel it coming up, and then he would move the needle away. But he just didn't expect it to be that intense. He's like, Jesus Christ, you're so fucking strong, and he just dislocated his thumb.
Oh my god,
that's crazy. Yeah, I do remember that. That's
that was a big twitch. That was a monster twitch.
Twitch sponsor Adam. But Adam, as always, you're more than welcome here. We said this last season as well, but there's gonna be times where if me and Cookie can't host, Adam is our first choice to always be the co-host. Because Cookie did a solo one last year. It was with someone he knew very well, and Cookie comes back and goes, didn't care for the solo thing.
No. I mean, the only thing that made it work was it was my ex's sister who I was close with. She was Crystal, the breast cancer survivor. By the way, update on her. All is going well at this point.
Yes, we did talk about that last time.
That's
great.
Awesome.
Yeah. She just had another follow-up on her most recent reconstruction, and everything seems to be going well. So thank God for that.
So the next thing we're going to have to do, Adam, is we're going to be here to act like we're going to be ready to do an episode, and then right as we start recording, we're going to bail on Cookie and make him do a full solo episode with a stranger.
Oh, with a stranger?
With a stranger.
My old journalism skills are really going to have to kick in.
Yeah, you're going to have to go full force. And as soon as it happens, because we're warning him, Cookie's going to go, God damn it. And he's going to know exactly what's going on. But I like how the next time I'm planning for Adam to show up here and to go out of his way and schedule the time is for us just to leave as soon as it starts.
Yeah. The bolt.
It's a jerk move, so Adam's on board.
I am.
But Adam, we thank you again for coming back and giving us the update on everything.
Buddy.
Everybody follow Adam on all of his platforms. Go kick him out of some more groups. Mm-hmm. And we'll be seeing Adam again, obviously. We're 2 episodes in and 4 episodes in, we've already seen him half the times, technically.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. I always enjoy doing this, and I would love to come co-host sometime if you guys can't do it. And
we honestly should just give the show to Adam.
Nah. You guys do it pretty good. You guys are pretty good at it. I think.
Adam just complimented us, and it's recorded.
Yes.
Holy crap. There's my Christmas gift. But yeah, Cookie, the next thing Cookie's, we have our music episode that will be out the day after this one, in the next sports episode, which actually we got some pretty cool things to talk about. Yeah. Cookie's birthday's coming up. He's going to be 74 years old.
Congratulations. You don't look a day over 80.
This is why this happens.
And I know it's
fuck you both.
I got a while for my birthday, and Adam's just coming up too. And Adam, how old are you going to be for real though?
44.
Damn, dude, I always forget you're actually close to me in age.
Yeah, I just look so young and beautiful.
Same. I mean, let's be honest. Do I look 50?
No.
You got the least amount of gray of all of us.
You. It's true.
It's something in there. I mean, it's in there. There's nothing here, so that doesn't matter.
That today, I was like, man, I got a lot of gray in my beard. And my hair is super long, so like I'm getting the gray wings up here, and I'm like, man, I got to get this shaved.
And I'm not going to. This is the longest it's been in a while. If I ever grew this out, I wouldn't know what to do with myself, and it'd probably be some gray. But yeah, it's in there.
I remember Cookie with hair.
Oh, the skullet. Yeah, it's awesome.
Those were the days. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and sign her off here. Everybody go follow Adam on all of his platforms. If you have multiple sclerosis, Adam really is a great person to reach out to. And he's just got so much insight on what your next step should be. And honestly, Adam is a huge reason of a lot of the information I know about MS. So we'll also put up the National Multiple Sclerosis Society right here. Go visit that for more information as well. Maybe you'll start seeing Adam.
Put Cionic on there. So
we're going to put Cionic up. We're going to put Cionic up in a big thing because they're doing such great things and they're taking care of Adam for sure. Cionic. Let's get somebody on to talk about things you guys are doing. We would love to have you guys on here
Absolutely.
for sure.
I will.
So,
I'll reach out to them for sure about
That'd be
that.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't say this to be a smartass. If we've got MS community people, MS warriors that watch this, and I promise I'm not saying this to be a smartass. If you're part of those forums, those pages, talk to the people there. Let him back on. He's only trying to help, and I truly mean that. Like, let's make this happen.
And one last, I just had an idea, Cookie, while Adam's here, and I feel like we need to do this.
Uh-oh.
I think Adam needs to be here for the Reaper Challenge.
Ooh.
So, Adam, do you remember my video about the beef jerky?
I do remember that video.
We're going to have him on.
Okay.
We're going to send some beef jerky to you as well.
All
We're
right,
gonna
I'm
do the
down.
Reaper challenge,
And
as we're interviewing him.
we're going to watch me publicly cry for now the second time.
And so the actual Reaper challenge, which John didn't even get to this part, is it's 1 ounce package. You have to eat 1 ounces of the Reaper jerky, and then as soon as you're done eating it, that's when the timer starts. You have 3 minutes that you can't drink or eat
anything.
or do anything else.
I just want you to know that I'm not doing that. I'm going to take my bite and I'm going to cry like a man.
Big baby.
And that's
How do you do with hot stuff, Cliff? Are you good with it?
I like hot stuff. My issue, and I talked about this in the show we were discussing this. I like spicy. That might be a little much for me, admittedly.
It's a little
like,
much.
It's a little much. I do like spice, though. The spicier, the better. My thing is, and as I talked about before, I'll say it again. Like, I've got friends back in Texas that'll give me crap for not liking jalapenos. It has nothing to do with the spice. I just don't like the flavor.
Fair
And
enough.
my
That's
thing
fair.
is more flavor based, not spice based. But
yeah,
when you're talking Reaper, that's a whole.
it's like I said in the video.
Whole
Is
other
like
animal.
the
Like you said in the video, your mouth was bleeding.
yeah, but also what did I say at first? I said the initial taste was
Tastes
really
good.
good.
Yeah, that's
And
like
then
I think I'm going to like the flavor. It's just getting through the heat. I mean, I've done habaneros. I've done nothing to that extreme. I've done some pretty extreme peppers, but not to that level.
Let's see if we can get some other. Let's see if we can make it a big group challenge that
I'm
everyone.
excited for all his jerky options.
Well,
I'm actually pumped to try that jerky.
yeah, it's
for sure.
It's all the jerky was good that I had.
Texas brisket's right up my alley.
But yeah, thanks again for joining us, everybody. Again, this is Adam Powell. We look forward to having him back. Apparently, now we're going to have him here for the Jerky Reaper Challenge. And Freedom Flavors Jerky, you're on deck. But again, Adam, thanks for joining, and we'll have you guys back soon.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Like, subscribe, tell our family members to subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe. Hit the comment below too. I want to hear what you guys have to say about your opinions on what's been going on with Adam, especially with the Facebook nonsense. What's your thoughts on what we talked about today? And as we talked about in the last show, the new thing: hit the hype button. It's only available on mobile, but hit the hype button. I don't know what it does for us other than get more eyeballs to us. And we are actually, by the time this comes out, we might be at that 1,000 mark.
Cookie, I said we're not going to talk about it until we hit over that.
I don't give a shit what you have to say.
I'm excited.
I don't care what you have to say. I'm going to look why we're actually talking about it right now. We are at
I'm guessing 982.
Nope. 986.
Oh, 986.
We're 14 away.
14 away. So by the time this comes out, we might be there. And thank you, everybody, for the support. But yes, keep
You're
subscribing.
about to be 987 when I finally subscribe to it.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. And this is what we mean by our friends and family don't support us.
Exactly.
I'm subscribed already, you jerk.
How do you close this thing?
Perfect.